The day I found out about Siobhan's illness, I believe, was through a phone call. And she phoned and she said, I have discovered ALS. Then seeing Siobhan was a real it broke my heart. Because by that time she was already developing rather obvious signs that something was not right.
Okay, Dad.
Okay, well, let me tell you, when I first looked into it and we talked, I remember a discussion we had last September 2011, and we were sitting together at the kitchen table, and you kept saying to me, Dad, it's okay, because I was crying too much.
I remember saying, it's not that bad.
I know. But
the
one piece of the conversation that I remember vividly, where I just bawled, was you said, I want to tell you what's going to happen. You remember that part? And then you said, I won't be able to speak, but I will be able to blink. Mm-hmm. I can say it now, but then you really scared me then, or I felt really scared.
For some, being confronted by this situation, by my situation, I think a lot of people are afraid of the emotions. All of a sudden they might break down and cry in front of me. I'm like, don't worry, we've got tons of Kleenexes, or don't worry, if that happens. And I think I wouldn't want that to hold anybody back from coming over to visit or calling. All of a sudden they're afraid that they would just dump all their emotions, their fears, their sadness, their anger on my shoulders. I think that no, I don't want that to hold anybody from
being real and being themselves.
And I can handle that. I know.
Well, what's going on in your mind when you're becoming more and more aware and accepting as well?
Yeah. So far I'm accepting. I'm always wondering when is it going to get to the point where I'm not going to accept what's happening?
Yeah. That's something that you ponder. But don't start crying, because I do too.
Sometimes I think, where am I going to be? How are things going to be in a year, or in 6 months, or even in a month? It's so hard to know. Time is it's what I'm living now. It's not about
what could have been, should have been.
What could have been. It's not about the past. It's not about the future. It's really the moment. Let's say you got so much time left on this earth. Well, one, we don't know exactly how much time we have left. It's like that for anybody. I have a little shorter time frame, but still, we don't know, right? We don't know. And of course there are lots of things that I would have liked to have done. But I'm so content to be with my family, with my friends. I don't worry about what I'm missing out.
If you were to ask me, Siobhan, how is your situation in the ALS and who you are, has it affected me? I would say, without a doubt, it has strengthened my belief and my love for you to an incredible degree. I have experienced the goodness of life in a way that I never thought possible. Seriously. Your presence, présence, whether I'm with you physically or not, tells me that life is good, that the very center of living and of life is goodness, and if I can die with kindness as the number one quality, I would be happy. And you've taught me all that. You brought it to the surface. So your illness, ironically, is my strength. Seriously. And I love you more today than I ever have. And I want you to know that.